Good morning. Good morning to all of those viewing this presentation. I'm Dr. Hatter, Superintendent of Schools with the Yorktown Central School District, and today's presentation is on technology in the Yorktown Central School District. And joining me for this presentation is Ms. Forsberg, our Director of Technology for the Yorktown Central School District. Good morning, Ms. Forsberg, and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
So we're holding this Q&A session on technology in the Yorktown Central School District, using technology, which is so appropriate for the nature of the conversation that we're going to have, because a large part of the work that we're doing will include technology devices, will include the internet, will include a remote platform for students to use when working off campus specifically. So for today's presentation, Ms. Forsberg, I have some questions that I have seen. I'm sure you have received several questions from our students and our parent community. And what I've done is gone through the FAQ document, which is posted to our reopening website. And for those who have not visited the reopening website, before we go into the questions, I just wanted to point out that right now, Ms. Forsberg is on the home screen. She shared her screen, and she's on the home screen of the Yorktown Central School District, which is www.yorktown.org. And there are two ways to access the reopening site. So first, you'll see the large red banner at the top of the screen. It says more info. You're welcome to click on that. That will take you right to the reopening page. Or if you hover your mouse over home, which is the first tab there, a drop-down menu is created, and then the second link is reopening. So you can access our reopening website through either approach, whether you're clicking on the red banner or whether you're using the home screen, the home option on the main menu drop-down. There are several links and several presentations that are available on our reopening page. We've tried to create a really robust repository of important letters and videos and information regarding our reopening. There's information on the Remote Learning Center at French Hill, our reopening plan. There's information about technology and food service. There are several videos that have been posted to our website, including every one of the community presentations that our administrative team and I have delivered to the school community. There are presentations that are on transportation, that are on our food service program. There are presentations in so many regards, and I would encourage you to go on, view them, and just take away as much information as possible. Now, with this presentation, our focus is on technology. So I have some questions, and we have person who's best equipped to handle and answer those questions for us, Ms. Forsberg, joining us on this FAQ on Yorktown Central School District technology. So the first question, Ms. Forsberg, I'll share with you is, what types of devices are available in the district? We have several different devices, and I'm just curious to know, and I think our school community is curious to know, what devices do we have available in the school district?
So for our students, we have Chromebooks available 1st through 12th grade. And new this year for our kindergarten students, we have iPads that we will be giving out to students during their orientation this year.
Terrific.
So it's really the
Terrific.
two. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So iPads and Chromebooks are available. We're on a Google platform, so the Chromebooks make a lot of sense, but the iPads interface well as well, but just based on my experience.
Yeah, they do.
At this point, so we're welcoming students back in just a few short days into the school building. Remote learning has begun officially today. At this point, do most of our students have devices in their possession?
Yes, they do. When we first closed in March, we had some families requesting Chromebooks at that time. So we did have a lot of students get them at that time. And we've had another time where parents were able to request devices, and pretty much everyone who's requested it has it in their possession right now. We did have some requests that have come after Monday night, and we're working through those right now. We have some, mostly in the elementary schools, because our will be the entering 7th through 12th grade students already had them from the
Right.
one-to-one program. So it's primarily elementary students, and there are some exchanges. Maybe the Chromebook isn't functioning properly, and we can exchange that for a different one.
Okay. At this point, and I understand, and your team, and I should have started by commending you and your team. You all are working just around the clock to meet the different demands. Certainly when you think about a remote platform, the technology department is so important in bringing all of the different components together, the devices to the students, the educational platforms, and making those connections. So your team has, led by you've done a tremendous job and just such an extraordinary effort to have our reopening plan be successful. So I thank you. I thank you for your teamwork and making technology as successful as it has been in such an unprecedented time where the demands on technology are great. I understand that requests coming in now, we are inundated with different technology requests. There might be a delay, and I think our parent community would understand that if you're initiating a request for a new Chromebook today, it's very unlikely that you will have one tomorrow. It will take some time for us to fulfill all the requests that come our way, especially at this point in the school year. So I know your team continues to honor the requests and answer questions that are coming through, but I'm sure some patience on the part of our school community is warranted because of the volume of requests and inquiries and questions that you're getting. And I certainly am aware of that, just working in the same office that you work in.
Yeah. Yes.
With regard to requesting a device. So if I need a device for whatever reason, maybe I didn't pick one up, I'm new to the district, and not everyone will require a device. Some students have devices at home that they use for personal use that they'll continue to use. But if I did need a device, how would I go about requesting one?
All right, there's a couple different ways. I'm still on the reopening page right now.
Right.
So there's a technology section, and we have a form. It's called Student Device Request Form. So you would click on the form and fill in the information with the parent email address. And there's some certain questions here so we can figure out the building and the grade, and someone from our team or the school will reach back out to the parent. Another location would be on the technology website. And I will go back home for a moment, back to the Yorktown website and show you where that is, where that lives. Under departments and technology, there's some information there for families. And the left part of the screen for families, the forms pop up there too. So there's a device request form. So there's a couple different places.
Okay, great. That is very helpful and helps me to understand where to direct people if they're having a device that they're in need of, or a device that needs to be replaced. So I appreciate that. Now, the other side of the technology, beyond the device itself, is troubleshooting some of the issues that will naturally arise when we integrate a digital platform into daily instruction. So everything from I can't log in, or I have an assignment due and it's due today, and for whatever reason I'm having difficulty in submitting the assignment or accessing the platform. Where can I go for that? Our students are very conscientious, and our students really do want to submit the assignments in a timely manner, and I can understand the concern that would arise for our students and their families when technology fails, which it does, and it's a reality of having devices and computers as part of our lives. Is there a resource available to students where they can go for that support?
Yes, so back in March, we did create a family technology support form as well, and it's live on the screen in the same spot, and it also lives on the reopening page as well. So those are the two main places to look, and this has been really helpful for our team to hear from parents and students around, as you mentioned, a variety of different types of technology or data concerns. So our technology help desk, our technicians read these, and the data department also reads these. So and I'll scroll down here for a moment. It does ask for school and grade, of course. And here's some of the most common technical issues, eSchool data, printing, accessing a website, logging in. And then there's a space for other, because this does not capture everything. And once you submit it, it goes right into our help desk, and we can look at that really at any time. And then someone will reach back out to the parent, or if it's one of our secondary students, we can reach back out to them as well.
Thank you. That is very helpful. It's nice to see which areas specifically are most commonly identified as needing support. So I appreciate that information. That's helpful. The next question I have now. So I'm a student. I have a device issued from the district, and I'm doing my work from home for school. What about the responsible use policy? I know that we have a responsible use of technology policy in place in the district. It is, we have several filters and internet filtering that's in place. We have monitoring of how the devices are being used. Does that extend to home? Does our responsible use policy extend to a district issued device home?
It does. And back on the technology website, the responsible use policy is there if anybody wants to review it again. But yes, when the student is logged into their Google account or their school district issued account, that RUP or the responsible use policy does cover them at home as well, because they are using one of our devices and or using one of our school issued accounts. So it does, the filters are still in place at home as well.
So, so that leads me to two conclusions. Number one, the filters may not allow every website if the student's logged into a district device, or if they're using the district issued Google account or Gmail account. There will be restrictions on sites that can be visited. And number two, there are certain search terms that would be flagged within our system that we're monitoring and that we would be alerted to. So we are aware of that. And I think that's an important piece to note for families at home who are watching this presentation, that the responsible use policies, the filtering, the search software that we incorporate into our security technology plan also extend to home when using a district issued device or are logged into your district issued account. So that is very helpful. So I appreciate that clarification.
Sure.
Finally, the health screenings have become a requirement for school districts. So not only are faculty and staff and visitors required to undergo a daily screening, but all students are required to undergo a daily screening. The platform that we have selected is a platform called Easy Screen, and that will be used for faculty and staff and visitors, but it'll also be used for students. So we'll be sending some more information out to our parent community with information on logging in. I see that you've transitioned to the landing page. Yes. There's an iOS app, if I understand it correctly, an Android or Google Play app will be available, I think, next week. But I have to say that I'm very partial to what you have on the screen here, going through the web browser. And I actually, for my screening, because I also undergo the daily health screening, so to our community watching this presentation at home, I also complete this daily health screening each morning. I created a shortcut and took the shortcut, and I actually put the shortcut onto my cell phone, so that you're able to take a website and make it an icon on the home screen, and that's how I am accessing this. I no longer am using the app because I find the functionality of the web page to be best. But can you give us, Ms. Forsberg, just a quick overview of Easy Screen and what I can expect as a parent completing this for my child?
Sure. So when the parent lands on the screen or opens the app, there's the medical disclaimer, and the district will be sending out more information on how to log in. So that'll be coming very soon. And then once you're in, you'll see all of the children, all of your children in one place. And we will also be sending a video and some screenshots on how to do this. But there'll be a button that says assess, and you'll assess, and there'll be the COVID screening questions that are common when you've gone to the doctor's office or other places that also require this. And you'll tap on those questions and the temperature checking and submit it. And that's really it. Once you're in, it does not, I've experienced it doesn't take very long, which is nice and convenient, and that your family's in one place. So you wouldn't have to submit 2 separate forms. It's really an all-in-one tool.
And what a couple of other things that I have read and that I also want to share. The privacy, the data are all private.
Yes.
They're within the school district. It's information that's retained within the school district. There's no third-party information sharing. There's no, this is fully compliant with the educational law 2D and all the other privacy parameters that are in place. The other piece is many districts in the region and in New York State are using this as their platform. It is also used for concussion protocols with Section 1 athletics. It's used for the COVID screenings with many school districts in New York State. So that's the other piece, that it's used widely in the region and in the state. And for the other interesting piece of information is we already have accounts because this is integrated into our systems. It's housed within our system. So there's information that's communicating to EasyScreen. So we have an account. So the setup procedure is going to be more of logging in as opposed to creating an account. An email that we send will articulate all of this, but the accounts are already there. So we've actually done a large part of the account setup prior to sending our notification to families to enroll.
Yes, and I would just add that, again, back to that family help desk form, this family technology form, we will be adding a checkbox for EasyScreen. So if you are having any difficulties logging in, we can certainly, between the tech department and the data department, we would be able to review that as well.
Terrific, terrific. Well, Ms. Forsberg, thank you so much. This has been helpful. We've talked about the devices available. We've talked about how to go about accessing a device should a student require a device. We've talked about troubleshooting both device issues as well as other platform-related issues such as logging in or accessing the Google platform or the Google Suite or Zoom or Google Meets or whatever is required of our students in their academic classes. We've talked about the responsible use policy and how that extends not only from school but also to home when using a district-issued device or your district-issued Google account. And we've talked about the health screening questionnaire that will be required to be completed each day for students entering the school building. It is a very short questionnaire. At this point, it takes me about 10 seconds or so to complete it once logged in. It's a very, very quick questionnaire, but very important. So just because it's short and quick, and won't take much time does not diminish the importance of the screening. So that is our presentation for today. Ms. Forsberg, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me for this FAQ on technology. And thank you for all that you're doing for our students. And on behalf of the community, I do want to say thank you because you have been answering dozens and dozens and dozens of inquiries and requests, and I'm sure I could say hundreds and hundreds of requests and inquiries, and that would be accurate as well. So I thank you, and I thank you for joining me today. And is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I would just encourage everyone to just keep visiting the technology website, and we'll add things for families as they come up. And just want to thank the families who've been, I've been engaging with many families, and just want to thank everyone for their patience and their questions.
Very good. Well, thank you, Ms. Forsberg. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thanks. You too. All right. Bye.